Hi, and welcome back. I'm Nick Pierce. If this was a ballet class, I would probably be wearing a tutu right about now, but I'm not. But no one really knows what goes on underneath this table. This is the Business of Arts, Music, and Entertainment, and welcome to episode 11, Having a Successful Show. Now, in order to have a successful show, I want to recommend to set up a timeline and follow it. What I've done in the past, and I still use this format to this day, I've streamlined the process in order to get rid of a lot of stress. And first, once you book a show and you have a contract to perform, post the date and location on your web page. Whether it's Facebook, a website, MySpace, or any site you have presence on, let everybody know that follows you when and where the show is. Now, you should already have a set list before you book a show, but if not, create one and practice it. Look at the flow and the dynamics of the song. Does it work? Depending on the crowd or venue, you may need to revise the set list you may already have, because some songs will work better than others, or they may have some songs that they want you to play that appeal to their crowd, and normally you don't play those songs, so you may want to work on those and practice that as well. Now, after you tweak out your songs, rehearse it, and do this straight through as if you were on stage, and time it to make sure it fits within any time limits you have. And I make a distinction between practice and rehearsal. Now, practice is working on something, learning or figuring out what or how to do it. Rehearsal is making it great and refining what you just practiced, and, of course, the execution of it. Now, about 2 months before, make any travel and lodging arrangements. If you need a hotel or car rentals, airline tickets, truck rentals, anything like that, do all that about 2 months in advance. And you also want to make sure that you have all merchandise, if any, that you'll be selling, and if not, get more or have some made, such as CDs, t-shirts, hats, stickers, inflatable dolls, whatever. 1 month before your show, make flyers and postcards to hand out and promote your show within the area where you're having it. Now, the flyers don't have to be anything special. Sometimes just a straight black and white photocopy, 4 to a page, 4x6 format, whatever. Start cheap in the beginning. Don't waste a lot of money on it. Sometimes they just get thrown away. But when distributing flyers, also be respectful. Don't just walk into businesses and leave a stack or let them fall over the floor, because that's mess that they need to clean up. And someplace may actually want to book you, but they won't if your stuff is laying all over their floor and they need to clean it up at the end of the night. Also, send announcements out to people on your mailing list. So you may have a bunch of friends of yours in your email. Everybody in your band may have a bunch of friends in their email that they keep in contact with. Compile all those addresses and send a mailing out. And once you're comfortable with the music, you then want to work on your stage show. Set up blocking, choreography, and incorporate all that into your rehearsals. Now, about 2 weeks before, work on your wardrobe. Make sure your band looks like a band and that you are all part of the same band. So work out any, what type of pants, shirts, whatever, if you wear anything at all. I don't care. It's your band, your project, but work that all out so that everybody looks together. About 1 week before, you may have a guest list for a particular venue. Get your guest list and crew list put together and finalized. Make sure that any merchandise you ordered came in. Gather up everything you'll need for your merchandise table or booth. Make a copy of the performance contract, any paperwork you may need for the show or tour, and put it in a separate folder to take with you. All that's very important, and you don't want to have to worry about all that at the last minute, because a lot of that's just petty details that just make sure it's all there and ready. 2 days before your show, by phone or email, confirm the gig with the promoter or venue. Confirm any details, and if there's a guest list, make sure that they have it. A lot of times at shows, we put a lot of press, media people on our guest list, and we don't want someone from a local newspaper or even a national newspaper, any media outlet, to ever be stopped at the door and have to pay to get in. They're on our guest list, and the venue is clear with that. Also, 2 days before, if you have this luxury, load up any equipment, or at least have it gathered and ready to load. Make sure everything works. If you have to, set it up, test it, replace or make repairs to anything if needed, and do this now before the day of your show, because there is nothing worse than getting to a show or a venue that you're going to play or perform at and something doesn't work. Make sure everything works, because the day of your show, you're going to have plenty to do then. Now, 1 day before, just get plenty of rest. Relax, eat well, rest. Now, for the show part. And the show part is critical. This is where it all comes together, and people actually see what you've got. The day of the show, arrive at the venue, get there early to set up and sound check. Then set up your merchandise table. You should, as far as the merchandise table, I just want to run into this real quick. Your merchandise table should be at least a table with a tablecloth on it. Have a sign-up sheet for your mailing list. And another thing that keeps a backup from people writing on your mailing list, have a bowl or glass or something that people can just drop a business card into if they have one. And this keeps a long line from forming at your table. So people pass by quicker. Also have change. Singles, 5, 10s. When setting up your table, put prices on each item that you have available so people are ready with cash in hand, ready to just give you once they determine what they want to buy. And display everything you have available, maybe on a rack or something behind you, so that people can see. And I've done stuff where just 2 mic stands with a black cloth or another tablecloth that a venue has had, where I just pin a poster, a CD, a bunch of stuff to the back of it, and just with Sharpie marker on Post-its, write how much it is. People are ready when they get up to you, have enough change, have a secure place to keep it, and don't charge $6, $8.50, $5.25, odd amounts for stuff. Keep it in increments of $1, $5, $10, $20 for something, $25. You don't want to have to worry about a bunch of singles or a lot of nickels, dimes, quarters, and pennies to make change. And cash is always the best way to go at your merchandise table. Cash only. When it comes to your merchandise table at your live show, have someone at the table the whole time. While you're on stage playing, someone may want your CD or a t-shirt. Make sure that someone's there to sell them that, because sometimes people buy on impulse, and you want to make sure that someone is there to complete that transaction, because that's how you're making more money, in addition to what you're making at the show. The bottom line is, when you're at a show, all the merchandise aside and all the headaches and hassles and all that, play a killer show. No matter how many people are at your gig, there could be 2, there could be 200, 2,000, 20,000. Play the best show. Whatever the environment is like, you want to play the best show that you can possibly play. Your reputation rides on how good every live show is. When you book more shows, your reputation will precede you. During the show, thank the crowd. Compliment the staff, such as bartenders, if any, servers. Let the crowd know that your album is available for sale. And if they like what they're hearing, go ahead and purchase it. Let them know how to get in touch with you. Tip your waiters, tip your servers, tip your bartenders, whatever. And on my website, I'm going to post a bunch of selling tips of how to promote your album and your merchandise during a show. So check that out underneath the link for this on my website. Thank the promoter or venue for the show, even if you seriously got screwed over. It happens. However, people in the industry are drawn to those who are courteous in their business dealings, which equal more gigs, and that's the point. When it's all over, evaluate the entire experience afterwards. Identify what went well, identify what went wrong, what worked, what didn't work. And was the venue owner or the venue or promoter of your show, were they helpful and supportive? Was it a nightmare working with them? And those are things you may want to consider. And decide whether you want to book there again or not. So I hope that these tips are going to help you have a great show. And I hope that all of your shows are good. Follow some of this advice. In my previous episodes, I spoke about a performance contract. Before that, I spoke about how to get a show. This is just a general outline on how to have a good show once you get to that point. If you want any more information, please visit my website. It is www.nickpierceshow.com. If you have a question that you want me to answer, it's thenickpierceshow@gmail.com. I hope that my 20 years of experience in the entertainment industry has helped enhance and further your music, entertainment, and arts career. Until next time, I'm Nick Pierce. Take care.